The last 15 years of trial to co-create holistic and harmonious eco-communities ended up in utter disaster.
Yet we continue to lie to ourselves that such eco-settlements without deep inner work are able to coexist.
We live hoping that such eco-communities do exist elsewhere, but we just don't know about them.
If you do know of any eco-communities who have reached a level of harmonious and peaceful interconnected relationships, please do let us know so we can go and visit them to record a film of their experience.
To date, after visiting numerous Russian eco-villages, we have not seen real, living examples of sustained co-creation.
We are aware of a few mature communities, but the question remains, are the people living there are free from anxiety, sleepless nights, torn panic attacks, guilt and shame, which are the main diseases of our entire humanity?
Are these people overflowing with inner harmony and peaceful state? Or have they just adapted, like the rest of us, to lie and imitate fake smiles, and all is always good? I'm fine, thanks. Attitude as we all chase their successful success.
Do the children of eco-settlers carry on living in these eco-villages to continue their parents' dream, or start up their own venture from their food forest paradise? We yet fail to see this in practice, and over 600 Anastasia-inspired communities in Russia have shown a total failure. Even the amazing settlement of Vissarion's City of Dawn is infused with strict hierarchical social order, where people are obliged to shovel manure for 3 years before they do anything else.
One of the Russian authors, Bulgakov, said, "The demolition is in the structure of one's head and not in the outer building." But we, with incredible tenacity, are trying to prove the opposite.
We're all living inside a forced hierarchical paradigm, preferring to remain blinded to the truth that all of our heads and hearts are deeply ill. And with passionate despair, we continue to prove that the problem is with the outer building and not inside.
We are doing all of this in order to promote, as long as possible, our lie about the fact that we can be harmoniously joyful with our rotten heads and hearts. We avoid to go to the root of our problem, because it is just too horribly painful.
We continue chanting positive affirmations without realizing that we're increasing the amplitude of polarity, which comes with a really nasty counterswing. Therefore, from this position, to dream about loving, kind, harmonious and peaceful eco-settlements or life in nature is totally absurd.
We can continue to further fantasize about eco-villages or other forms of ecological settlements, which are built on self-deception, but sadly it is not leading anywhere. Therefore, isn't it the best time to acknowledge the truth that flourishing communities can only be possible with internal harmony?
Possibly it is the best time, with over 15 years of failed and unsuccessful trials that make up this valuable experience, to finally let go of bullshitting ourselves and open the door to the new world of painful yet absolute truth.
We do not deny the fact that there are eco-communities where some forms of butter are working, but the settlers are still deeply unhappy as they continue to suppress themselves. They live boring and alienated lives whilst working in monotonous and degrading jobs they hate.
Their children, on the other hand, are not resonating with their parents' dream. They cannot find themselves in these communities and struggle with self-expression due to inner trauma. The children therefore choose the best of the worst. They're hurting whilst living with their folk, and thus the escape to the city is the only other choice.
Очень хорошая жена. Сегодня я не разрешу ей сниматься, потому что сегодня она наказана, она немного провинилась и, можно сказать, стоит в углу, носом к стенке.
Are there eco-communities that have found the strength to be able to voice the truth that our society is deeply ill and suffering, used to bullshit and joy imitation, covering up deeply felt anxiety? Or is it all of us who are going to make this first vital and incredibly important step towards not successful success, but towards the call of our soul and the truth, which is difficult to accept?
We're inviting folk who have realized that trying to grip into external levers such as transformed spiritual neighbors, untouched inspiring nature, God, ascended masters, 5D, cosmic wars, savior from the sky, are what is going to transform our world and make a great eco-conscious society one day in the future.
We are inviting those of you who have realized that all forms of hierarchical structures are destructive, no matter how good they start up as.
So we invite you to join our 3-series consciousness integration webinar, Reboot from Your Root, where you're going to learn how to orientate within your labyrinth of subconsciousness.
In our complementary online training, you will begin deep process of inner transformation to disentangle from anxiety and suffering. In our training, you will learn to
realize everyday continuous panic attacks as deeply engraved self-hate, guilt and shame.
Drop anxiety and begin to awaken to your divine and joyful state.
See yourself without socially programmed lenses.
Free yourself from the rat race hamster wheel.
Flourish from a peaceful and mindful state. And learn to expose all the old stale programs that have been driven into you up until the age of 7 and reinforced through mass media, schooling and entertainment.
During the webinar, we will include one live process session where you'll start to experience a rebirth of your brain and heart.
This online training is a precursor to our upcoming 5 and 10-day live training seminar happening right here at Biveda headquarters, where we will delve into much deeper transformations through many hours of process work.
This will increase the speed, strength and depth of feelings manifold due to deep contact with others.
By experiencing transformations of each other as one whole holistic experience.
We look forward to live through
the sacred transformative experience together with you.